Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of prepare cereal for us and stuff as we go and just hand it to you, Hannah, so you can keep an eye on what's going on in the chat. So you guys, if you have other questions and stuff, keep them going. We're going to talk about it. But I really don't know, Hannah, which cereal we should start with.
Well, should we start with the way that they are on the board back there, or should we just?
You know what? I guess that's
crazy?
A good option because we've got 10 of them, and we really just kind of want to fly through them. And you guys got to keep up with us on this one, okay? Because we want to rank them pretty quick. I want to have a pretty rough idea of what it's going to be really quickly, and then we can kind of discuss afterwards. Basically, and also I kind of want to do this with the power of 3, okay? I'm going to have a vote, you're going to have a vote.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll let chat kind of do tiebreakers if we're not in agreement. Does this sound good to you guys? Comment below. But I also feel like in order to not ruin my taste buds, we essentially need to do least sweet to sweetest here.
I feel like that's probably a good idea.
So I don't know. What do you think is the least sweet thing here? I don't think any of it is.
That's a good point. Probably the Honey Nut Cheerios, which is a Cheerio covered in sugar, but
Just a slightly, okay.
I feel like that's probably going to be the best.
This is about to get really interesting. My original idea for this was for us to try each cereal and squirt milk with the water gun into each one of our mouths. But I was like, I'm going to end up spraying all my video games, so we're not going to do that. All right. Are you ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Have you ever shot glass cereal before? It doesn't work well. We should have got a spoon. Look at that face. Are you choking on Honey Nut Cheerios? It's the first one. You're going to die. Go ahead. Do you want to wash it down? Oh, it's good. All right.
That was really hard to put in my mouth.
All right, well, it was hard to, like, it actually needs more milk to carry it. Well, let's be honest. Right now, what are you thinking with Honey Nut Cheerios on a scale of 1 to 10? Where do you put it?
Whew, I gotta shake that off. I was like trying to gain my composure for a second.
If you're not comparing it to anything, if you just say 1 out of 10, where do you put Cheerios?
It's a pretty good cereal. I mean, it's not too sweet. It's got a little flavor to it. It's a little malty though.
Yeah.
And you have to like be down with that. And
Okay.
I don't feel like everybody's going to be down with that. And me personally, it's not my favorite flavor.
Well, I think we're going to be in agreement on that. But let me make really clear how this ranking thing is going to go. I think a lot of people are going to, and we had this problem major last time we ranked something on this channel. People lost their minds. Our philosophy for ranking is that 5 is not a bad ranking.
Yeah.
5 is average. McDonald's is a 5.
Yeah.
Well, that's maybe not a great example because some of us are going to like McDonald's a little bit more. But like things that are perfectly acceptable are a 5. You know how when you get an Uber and you rank them, and for an Uber driver, anything less than 5 stars is bad, 4 stars is not a good thing.
Right, right.
This is the mentality with online reviews that we have now. But like, I think 5 is perfectly fine for this scenario. So
Yeah.
I personally want to put Honey Nut Cheerios right there at 5 because they're not great, but they're not by any means bad. How do you feel about it? Is 5 too low?
No,
You can pull me up a little bit.
I mean, I don't feel like I want to go up higher than that, but I feel wrong saying it's less.
Right.
So, I think maybe
You're being indecisive.
maybe a 5. But
Okay.
5 is fine. We're going to agree on that
All
one.
right, well, I'm going to go ahead and plop it over to 5. And it'll probably get bumped up and down if we hate too many of the other cereals. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to put it right in the middle. I think it was a good starting point.
JRPG Life says, do you still like Cheerios even after it tried to kill you?
I did have one of them hit the back of my throat pretty hard.
I wasn't choking on it. I just had so much in my mouth I couldn't chew.
Well, I guess go easy on this one. What do we do next?
Oh. Electric Toothbrush says Chili's is a 5. Oh, that would be fun to share.
No, yes it is. Applebee's, Chili's, 5s. It's
5.
fine.
It's a 5.
It's perfectly fine.
So
As my
fine.
father would say, and he says this often, it'll make a turn. Okay,
Oh
I guess let's do cornflakes because that's another basic one.
Yeah, let's
Now,
do that one.
I have some thoughts before we even try it. Here, let me get a little milk in here. You can have this one. I think I'm going to fill them up with a little bit more milk
I think that would help.
because I didn't get enough flow when I turned it back to where it like came back to me. I think I'm gonna like this better than Cheerios. However, I do remember the last time we bought name brand Frosted Flakes that I just thought they were too sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually like Frosted Flakes quite a bit. It's one of my go-tos.
I do too, but I bet that I might actually like them a little bit less than Cheerios because I do like the not over sweetness of the Cheerios. Are you ready?
Okay, ready.
Cheersies. Easy. Go! I hope you guys are in your hands. Are you joking again? I actually, you guys probably don't know this about me, I have a really messed up nasal passage. Can't breathe through my nose at all. So I'm going to have to kind of take some deep breaths through all this. What do you think?
Okay.
Those actually weren't too sweet.
No, immediately better than the Honey Nut Cheerios.
So, yeah, well, I agree, but did the last time we got cornflakes, they must not have been name brand.
Maybe not.
Because they were too sweet. That's kind of the thing. You know the jumbo cheap bags of cereal at Walmart? They're just bags of sugar. Right?
Yeah, basically.
So do you do like that better than Cheerios?
Yes. I mean, it's not my absolute favorite thing in the whole world. I will say. I wish, for my personal taste buds, it could be a little sweeter.
Right.
I know, unpopular opinion, but...
I agree. But I do think I like it more than the Frosted Flakes. So I'm going to put it right ahead of the Cheerios. And again, I think things are going to get moved around. But is anybody saying anything about our choices so far? Go ahead and talk to them for a second.
Well, we did talk a little bit earlier about some of the choices not being here because today was just a random sampling of what Walmart had. So we know that the Reese's Puffs isn't here, which super sad about, but we'll do it next time.
Well,
and if you guys have ones that you really want us to do for another one of these rounds, definitely comment it. Let us know.
I think if anyone's dropping in the middle of this, they're probably like, why in the world would you,
What is happening?
We did explain in the middle that, there's definitely some options that aren't here that should be. But we're going to do this again in a couple months. And by the time, we're doing these live shows every Sunday for the rest of forever. So at some point we'll have done 10 of these and we will have tried every cereal and we will really have it narrowed down. But this is the basics, right? This is the stuff that Hannah and I had as a kid that, we have the strongest memories of. So we got to start somewhere. We're starting with that. But let's keep moving.
Okay, now they just get sweeter from here.
Yeah, I know, infinitely so.
I feel like Corn Pops is the next level of sweetness. That's
I think I'm going to love these. And also, I think this is going to end up being an interesting experience. Have you ever had so many cereals all in one sitting?
No, never in my life.
2 max. Does anybody else eat a bowl of cereal and then do the refill with the leftover milk with a different box? If not, I highly recommend it. That is my main strat. Are you ready?
All right.
Cheers. Those are good. You know why they're good?
Why are they good?
It ain't got much to do with the taste. They're puffy.
The texture, you like the experience?
You can feel it absorbing the milk as you chew on the stuff.
I feel like that's a very important thing about cereal is the experience while eating it.
Where do you put that with those other two?
Okay, I'm going to start by saying the one I immediately said would be my least favorite was the Corn Pops.
Really?
I thought I would not like them as much as the rest, but actually I like it better than the Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay, I
don't
agree.
know if I like it more than the Frosted Flakes,
I think for me they tie, so I think that means you're going to put it, just because you vote this way, that it's going to put it in between the two, which is good.
I think so.
It's good for moving forward. Now, you guys comment below as we continue. Is this royally ticking any of you off? Do any of you just completely disagree? And if you do completely disagree, pretty please give us a good explanation of why, and we'll read it and we'll discuss, because this is not an easy choice. I think I would actually almost like the Pops more than the Frosted Flakes. I would lean towards that because some cereals like pizza, you get a different experience as you eat it. You start out with crunchy and wet and end up with kind of soggy and chewy, right?
Yeah.
And that I like that. I like that kind of progression of it being different as you eat it. So I think if I were sitting today eating a bowl of cornflakes, Frosted Flakes, And then tomorrow, I think I would end up liking the Pops a little bit better. But I don't know. We'd really have to test this further to know for sure. I'm going to just start going down the line now.
Okay, I think
Go
that's
ahead.
fair.
Go ahead and read it.
Ryan Ruff said Walmart lemonade flavored cereal. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's another one. Comment below if any of you ever put any other liquid besides milk. I know a lot of people like to do almond milk and some other stuff. Here you go. So we're doing the, what are they called? Cocoa Krispies?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure that I've ever had these before.
Really?
Cheers.
Well, okay, before we throw this back,
Okay.
listen. Is it popping?
I can't.
Because they're supposed to pop.
They are, but I don't know if my mic's here. Be really quiet. Where's the mic? Here, let's do it this one. Be very, very quiet. You guys comment below. Can you hear it? Turn your volume all the way up. Are you going? Pss, pss, pss?
I started laughing like we're seriously listening to cereal right now.
This is the best ASMR channel. Okay, are you ready? And
Yep.
go. You know what? None of these have been as sweet yet as I thought. I'm just expecting a mouthful of sugar and it's not bad. Mm-hmm. It's not better than Frosted Flakes though.
I didn't get a lot of flavor on that.
I didn't either. Maybe it's
Like,
just
it
not
was-
as... I think when we get around to the Cocoa Puffs,
Yeah.
and this is actually, you can see here, I tried not to put too many double types of cereal. What was the other cinnamon one we had?
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, we have Cinnamon Toast
Yeah.
Crunch, but we have some other cinnamon cereal. And I thought they were too close to being the same that I didn't put them both in. And I thought about doing the same with Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Krispies, but I have a real feeling I'm not going to like Cocoa Puffs as much as I just like those Krispies, because that was not sweet at all. I liked that a lot.
So it not being sweet at all was a positive for you?
For me, was it?
No,
it was a big
it was negative
you.
for me. Like, no, what's the point of eating chocolate cereal if it's not going to be sweet?
I can understand that. So that puts, I very confidently put that above Corn Pops, below Frosted Flakes.
Above Corn Pops, below Frosted Flakes.
Is
How
that
do
too
I
good
feel
for
like
you?
that? No, because I like Frosted Flakes better.
Well, no, yeah, you like
okay.
Frosted Flakes better. I put it right
So,
here.
okay, yeah, I agree with that.
You can agree with that?
Yes.
You're being way too easy.
I know, I think that's definitely fair.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna put the Cocoa Krispies there. I'm surprised no one's raging at us in the comments yet.
We're,
Look, here's the official ranking.
so far so good.
So far, Cheerios. I bet somebody's gonna be mad about that. All those are better than Cheerios. After tasting them, I do feel that way. If you'd asked me to write down on paper, just guessing, I don't know that I'd have guessed quite that way. What else are they saying? I'm waiting for the rage. Someone get artificially mad at me. Just act like you're mad. I'm gonna pour some milk in these here Fruity Loops.
So there's controversy that Cocoa Puffs is not nearly as good as Count Chocula and Frankenberry.
I
which
don't doubt that.
I love Count Chocula.
Does anyone not put that more on the fringe? Not fringes, as in like that, but like that's more. Like you didn't get that every day.
Like
as
a
kid.
novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
for sure.
I don't know. Maybe not everyone. I'm sure there's gonna be some people who would just rather have that all the time.
Clean Out Crew says Frosted Flakes are gross.
You know, I don't know how I feel about them, because honestly, these were good. I guess because they're name brand. I think my history of cereal is my history of tasting cereal is way too tainted by off-brands.
This is true. Like, I know whenever you were growing up, they didn't shell out for name brand stuff. Sometimes my mom would shell out, but like when she discovered the giant bags.
When you discovered the giant bag.
It was like, oh my gosh, this is a much better deal.
Yeah.
Those are delicious. I'm
like
sorry,
that?
those are so good.
I
Fruity
think-
Pebbles, sorry, Fruit Loops.
Hold on. You wash that down. Cleanse your palate with the sweet tea. Great palate cleanser. And then taste these Cheerios again.
Okay.
Just finger a couple of them. Just hold on, close up.
No.
Close up. Do they taste that different? They're just lightly sweet grains.
Totally different.
Okay, but
I taste the fruit.
Right, but like not enough different to be like. It's not that crazy.
I don't know, something about the flavor of the honey nut
I didn't like.
Just turns me off.
I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, that was the worst one yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have our first controversy.
Well, where do you put it on?
I put it above the rest.
Are you serious?
That is my number one so far.
Well, that stark of a disagreement means that it has to go in the middle of the others.
Dang!
I guess we can let the audience vote on this one. I'll go ahead and start pouring the milk for the Apple Jack, so you guys let us know. You guys got to spam it quick. Get the messages in. Where in that ranking, basically 1 through 5, would you put high or low? Where do you want it? What do we got?
Well, they haven't quite caught up yet.
I know. There's always a bit of a delay doing this, but that's why I'm going to start pouring. Apple Jacks are ready.
Ooh, Apple Jacks are so good. Okay, I feel like this is going to be a shake-up for me for Fruit Loops. This might be better than Fruit Loops, I feel, but we'll see. Did you already eat yours?
No, not yet.
Okay, good.
I'm going to go ahead and, for now, until someone else in the chat says otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and put Fruit Loops in between.
JRPG Life is with you. Fruit Loops are bottom 2. Oh,
yeah,
I thought
that was awful. It was. Listen, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. Here, let's down these Apple Jacks first.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Best one yet.
That was so good.
I like that a lot.
I love cinnamon, though. Like, cinnamon is my favorite flavor. So that's got that, like, little bit of cinnamon in it with a little bit of fruitiness.
Well, you
Perfection.
guys know how they've been selling Pokemon cards in cereal boxes. Of the 3 that they come in, Cinnamon Toast is my favorite, so we've been getting that a lot. But honestly, it's just past too sweet for me. That tastes like a little less sweet cinnamon. I think that's the best one so far.
Okay.
You don't think it's that good?
I'll say it is better than... I'll say it's the best one so far as well. It is a little better than the Fruit Loops. Literally everyone in the chat is, like, agreeing with you that Fruit Loops are trash, and I'm so upset.
Hannah, you're left behind. I'm sorry.
Come on, where are my Fruity Pebble or Fruit Loop people at?
Hannah, you're outranked.
Outranked.
Do you really think Apple Jacks are better than the rest of these?
Yes, because of the cinnamon. I love it. It's so good.
Right. I just want to make sure before we move on. This is definitely going to number 1. Apple Jacks. I actually kind of find that surprising. I don't know why, but
everybody likes Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks rock.
I can't believe everyone's
Fruit
agreeing
Loops
with us.
are
This
trash.
is supposed to be harder. All right, let's move on.
This is so sad.
I really think we're getting into stuff that I'm not gonna like. Tricks, right? These are tricks. Or
yes.
What's the marshmallow ones? Lucky
They are
Charms.
Tricks. Ooh, do you remember that brief moment in time where Tricks decided to stop making them shaped like fruit, and it was awful? Everyone was raging.
They were
those
just
tiny
puffs.
little balls.
No, you know what was good about it though?
What?
Was the memes. Because everyone was memeing it like maybe we're actually just adults now and we can't tell that they're not fruits. Right? You never saw that, did
Maybe
you?
it's like an alternate dimension. We just
Tricks
like
are for kids. They're fruity. When you grow up, they're just spherical, boring spheres. That was good, right?
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
That was
I don't
memed
like that
so
at all.
hard. Here you go. What are they saying about our Apple Jacks?
Apple Jacks are fine, but definitely not definitely the most boring cereal.
Okay, but I understand. I'm completely with you on that opinion. But do you think they're better than the rest that we've gone through so far, or do you know?
I do. Yeah, I think they're the best of the ones that we've gone through so far.
I don't think that I've had Tricks since my childhood, and even then, I bet I probably had them 5 times. Fancy cereals were when I was at friends' houses.
Oh, okay. I really loved Tricks, so this is going to be really fun for me.
I was so deprived of cereal as a kid. When I was at friends' houses, I would very much so, if I was ever offered cereal, I would take it. So I don't think I'm going to like this, though. Give me a smell test?
People are already ranking the Tricks below the Fruit Loops, which means that would be the worst cereal on here.
Right. Well, let's do a Hannah Cam close-up. Down them, down them, down them. Go, go, go.
I get so much milk in one drink if you go to the back of my throat. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. You like that, don't you?
Yes, that is so good.
It tastes just like the Fruit Loops.
But I love that.
It tastes the exact same.
No, it doesn't.
It really does.
Man, we should have done Fruit Loops back to back. The Tricks. Give me some Fruit Loops.
Yeah, well, I just did finger you one out of there.
I'm going to shove one in my mouth.
It tastes the exact same. Tell me it doesn't taste the exact same.
No.
Really?
The Tricks are sugarier. They're definitely sweeter.
All right. Well, I think they're at least tied with Fruit Loops.
So you think they're terrible?
Well, do you think they're better than Apple Jacks?
Ah, this is so hard.
I'm not disappointed in you, but I'm confused in you.
Everyone's saying Trix are awesome, but, well, never mind. There's another group that said they're below Fruit Loops.
Is it split, or are they more leaning towards...
Oh, they're saying that they are Trix, but, okay, the Fruit Loops are at the bottom of the list right now.
What are they saying?
So if you say that Trix are below Fruit Loops, that means they're terrible.
I think they are terrible, personally.
Trix are even worse than Fruit Loops. No!
All right, well,
I think they're the best.
Here's how I feel about it right now.
How do you feel?
I think just because there is at least some positivity when we got no positivity for Fruit Loops, I
Yeah.
think it's going to go one above Fruit Loops.
Oh, below the Honey Nut Cheerios?
Me and Chat are stomping you right now.
You guys are in sync.
This is going to end up being Tendo's.
It's like a fruit called fart.
Well, I'm moving it down.
Oh, God, that's great.
I'm actually really surprised that Chat is a little bit more on my side with this, because I just naturally assume the rest of you are going to like sugar as much as Hannah.
Fruity cereal equals garbage. No.
Here you go.
Oh, what do we have now?
Okay, so Lucky Charms, I think I'm going to like more than the Trix and Fruit Loops, but I don't think it's going to be better than the rest.
So you think it's going to be below Honey Nut Cheerios?
I think the consistency of these crappy marshmallows is fun. I don't think it's good enough to eat on a regular basis.
I agree.
But I think I am gonna like it more than those two trash cereals. Let me say this once and for all: I hate Fruit Loops and Trix. I've got a terrible taste in my mouth. I think this is gonna be good though.
Oh no!
I'm gonna do a marshmallow on its own first.
Ooh,
See,
but
it's
like
great.
the
Listen, I don't
milky
even
marshmallow is actually quite good. It rehydrates it a little bit.
I like it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. The reason that I think that it's good is because the cereal is not sugary. The marshmallows add the sugar and that's it. So
But you know, if you eat one of the cereal bits by itself, it is sugary.
But it's not super sugar. It's not
at all. You're
anything
right.
like the Fruit Loops and stuff. I stand by what our guess was. I think it's better than Trix. I don't think it's better than the rest of that stuff.
I mean, it's below. It's below Honey Nut Cheerios for me, but it's not below Fruit Loops. This is so confusing. But
it's so funny.
I think it's better than Corn Pops.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No. Well, I don't want to just keep putting them where I think. I'm trying to actually have this be weighted. What are they saying anything about? I bet there's a lot of people that hate Lucky Charms.
Only good part about Lucky Charms is the marshmallows.
Pretty much. There's nothing. It's fun to eat a little bit of those, but I don't think you could even eat a bowl full without it just being like, all right, I've had enough of this.
There's a lot of controversy about the Lucky Charms.
Well, read some of the comments about them.
Lucky Charms are the best cereal. I didn't like Lucky Charms as a kid either. Lucky Charms are the best. Dry marshmallow cereal is yuck. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going to win. We have predictions already. This is exciting.
I'm interested to see. I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I will say that. I do think we failed majorly not getting Captain Crunch on there. Captain Crunch, I would agree.
Yeah, we should do
belongs
that
in
for
this
next
group.
time for sure.
It does belong in this group. I do think like Count Chocula, that other stuff. I think there's plenty of that belongs in a high group, but I don't think that's like the OG stuff like some of this. But that's just that's only really based off of what I may or may not have grown up with.
Yeah. Jack Green, thank you so much for the dono. It said, will you bring Trash Life posts back?
Maybe one day. Those Trash Life posts that we used to do was part of a merch drive.
Yeah.
It'll probably be something like it, but a different hashtag with a different connotation. But we'll be doing more like it. We actually have some more merch coming out, and it'll probably that kind of thing will come around the same time. What do you got?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Captain Crunch, the Oops All Berries,
right?
And the Captain Crunch in general is pretty good. It is one of my favorite cereals. Not gonna lie to you.
All right, let's go ahead and do Cocoa Puffs. It's Cocoa Puffs, Captain Crunch. Oh, well, we still have to rank. I'm sorry.
Oh.
What? Okay, so I think Lucky Charms goes above Trix, but you only disagree in that you like Fruit Loops and Trix a lot more than the rest of us. So
yeah,
how do we manage that?
Okay, so I'm going to put my feelings about the Fruit Loops and Trix aside, and I'm going to work from the Honey Nut Cheerios up.
Okay.
I think they're above Corn Pops. Actually, I think they're above the Cocoa Krispies. They're below Frosted Flakes.
All right. Well, because of your strong feelings, I'm gonna put them just above Cheerios because I can kind of live with that.
Yeah.
I would maybe say they're as good as Cheerios personally, but I don't know. I definitely don't like them more than Corn Pops. So I'll give your decision there a little bit more weight and put it above Cheerios rather than below.
Right. That's fair.
I'm really curious how these Cocoa Puffs are gonna go because for me, the Cocoa Rice Krispies, I'm kind of take them or leave them. I bet this is gonna taste like very sweet child cereal.
They smell very strong.
Yeah, they're very they're very chocolatey. Sweetest
They're
thing we've made
very chocolatey. Wow.
Yeah.
This is not like the Cocoa Krispies can be thrown out compared to the chocolatiness of this.
You like this more because it's more chocolatey.
It just has way more flavor.
Yeah, which I kind of don't like.
Like, I feel like the Cocoa Krispies was a waste of time. Like, why would you even bother? Because it doesn't even taste like chocolate.
Well, now I'm going to get confused with our rankings because I think they belong right below Pops and above, for me, Charms. But I don't know that I actually like them personally more than Cheerios. But I'm definitely putting them in that order. I did not love that. It's fine. My fear with cereals is that I'm going to get tired of it before the bowl's gone, and I think I'm tired of that before the bowl's gone.
That would be a lie in one sitting. I question, how does the taste in your mouth feel right now? Like, do you...
Chalky.
Yeah, it's got a weird aftertaste to me. I feel like it's... I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, I'm not...
Cocoa Krispies are the knockoff Cocoa Pebbles. Ooh, so we've got some Cocoa Pebble versus Cocoa Crispy controversy going on.
Okay, interesting.
Do you have feelings about Cocoa Pebbles versus Cocoa Krispies?
I think that I would probably lump them the same with Krispies. Cocoa Pebbles are fine. They're probably sweeter than Krispies.
I think they are,
They're probably way more similar to Cocoa Puffs. Which again, we could almost have a ranking on nothing but chocolatey cereals, right?
Right.
So I don't know.
That would be interesting.
All right, let's get to ranking the puffs. I want to put them below Lucky Charms. Honestly, in this lineup, I don't like them more than Cheerios. I want to put them below Cheerios. But where does that put us? Because you probably entirely disagree.
Ooh, below the Cheerios.
Yeah. But
I think they're above the Cheerios, but below Lucky Charms.
Okay, I could live with that. I could probably agree with that. But does anyone here just like I feel like personally, my best guess, no one's just gonna love Cocoa Puffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening too. Some people are like, Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Pebbles are way better than Cocoa Puffs. So yeah, people are starting to feel like Reese's Puffs are better than Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Cocoa Puffs are nothing compared to Reese's Puffs. I feel like it's a totally different game.
Then where does that put them?
Ooh. I feel like my... Oh, they're better than Corn Pops, though.
I don't think so.
They're better than Cocoa Krispies.
You think these are better than Corn Puffs? You think they're better than... I like Cocoa Krispies.
Okay, I agree. Corn Pops were surprising.
All right, so we're basically... Before or after Lucky Charms?
Oh, after the Lucky Charms. Like
Here?
Honey Nut Cheerios and Lucky Charms in that area.
You think they're?
No, I think the other way.
Before Lucky Charms. You think they're above Pops?
No, they're toward the tricks. There you go, yes.
Okay. I think that's actually what I thought too. I hate to say they're better than Cheerios. I think I'd rather have Cheerios. But there you go. So far, it's Fruit Loops, Tricks, Cheerios, Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, Corn Pops, Cocoa Krispies, Frosted Flakes, and Apple Jacks. Now, mind you, I'm going to deem this when we're done the current Tendo Show cereal ranking. But don't leave discouraged if you disagree with it entirely because we're basically going to do a bracket over the coming years. I want you to all stick around for years to come, and we will go on this journey together and decide differently and add cereals as years go by. And I say years because I'm not going to do this next week, but we will, in the months to come, do more of it. But that leaves one cereal, right? It has more than one person said Cinnamon Toast Crunch is going to win?
Oh, yeah. Everybody thinks that they're going to win. Cheating Hook, where were you at the beginning? You said, how is Fruit Loops the worst? They're so good. We needed you.
You showed up late because we've long since made that decision. I think they're awful. Chat kind of agreed with me. I'd say chat was like 75-25, maybe 60-40.
Robert Talon agrees that Cocoa Puffs taste chalky. They did.
Yes.
They were weird.
They give you one of these right here. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Is it the time?
I think it is.
I'm so
hold on.
excited.
Where do you think, before you eat them, where do you think they're going to land?
Oh, I think they're going to be the best.
I think so too. I haven't. There's nothing. I think there's nothing that's surprised me thus far besides the corn pops were better than I thought they were going to be.
Yes, that did surprise me.
I knew I liked Apple Jacks, so I'm not surprised by that. But I don't know. I'm a little nervous that I might not like them as much as Apple Jacks.
Trix gave me like
Nostalgia.
It gave me an emotional response. Like I was so happy to put that in my mouth.
Okay, well let's just shut up and eat the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Bottoms up.
I just drank all milk. Hold on.
Now you're not gonna get them out. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's so good.
That's number one.
Holy cannoli.
Is it number one though?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so good.
Now I'm choking.
Don't joke.
I'm a little bit surprised. I'm gonna do some work over here. You read some more comments. I'm gonna rearrange these into the official order.
Ooh. People are suggesting what other types of rankings we should do now, like a soda pop taste.
Oh, that would
test.
be right up your alley.
Really good.
What else? Does anybody else suggest anything else?
Well, the Pop-Tarts thing has been a constant, so I would definitely love a Pop-Tarts one for sure.
Well, you know what? I think we would end up with the same kind of gambit we have here, because I don't like Pop-Tarts as much as you do either.
True. But I think eating that many Pop-Tarts all in one sitting would really hurt my teeth after a while. That would be really hard.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Are you guys ready for the official ranking? I still didn't do it very neat, but it's better than it was. The official Tendo Show ranking is thusly. Fruit Loops are the worst cereal on earth. And then it goes Trix Cheerios, Honey Nut, by the way, Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, Corn Pops, Cocoa Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Apple Jacks, and then Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Listen, you guys, before we move on to our last two events for the day, you have one chance to make an argument to change the ranking. If anybody has any really good reasoning, I'm not above allowing any of the cereals to move up a place or three. So get your last comments, last thoughts in so far. Hannah, what are your final thoughts? Is there anything on that board you think is just sacrilege?
Yes.
What?
The Trix, like I'm gonna advocate for the Trix more than the Fruit Loops. I feel like I've lost that battle.
Well, where do you? Do you agree though that chat's response was like a little bit,
Yes,
a little bit more against you?
I agree.
Okay, well then, but if you were gonna move it though, where would you move it to, and then would it overall satisfy the ranking?
I think if my top 5 of these 10 cereals are going to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Okay.
Trix.
Really? You would put Trix at number 2?
Yes. Apple Jacks 3rd.
You know, we eat a ton of food together.
We do.
Absolutely. I mean, all of it. I can't remember the last time we had a meal apart. That being said, I can only think of one other thing that you love so much that I can't stand. Do you know what it is?
What is it?
Do you not know?
I don't. I love so much that you can't stand.
That's the opposite of what I said.
No, wait.
What? Well, then list things that you like that I can't stand. I can think of one.
I don't know. What do you think?
Barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh!
Name one thing
Shoot,
that I
yes!
complain. Name one thing that I complain about that you get that I can't eat when you're.
That is really
Name
true.
one food that when you finish it, I don't just finish it for you.
You try. You really do.
Yeah, well, I didn't get this big by not eating your leftovers. I don't like barbecue chicken pizza. Like I can't eat it. If you ate Trix and were like finish this, I'd be like, no, can't do it.
Yep, you can't.
I can't. I don't like it. Is anybody saying anything? An argument to move anything?
So apparently there is Pops are the worst. Yeah. People have strong opinions. Trix are better than Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Really? How many? Is that just somebody said that? Or?
Someone said that. But I feel like that's what chat basically agreed on earlier too, is that people hated Fruit Loops, they were garbage, but there were advocates for Trix. So I feel like that was.
Well,
was
then
fair.
I think we got the ranking right then, because, I mean, Trix is above Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
I do think that by and large, and the scope of things, that Cheerios should probably be higher on that list. If I were to rearrange this to make it my perfect ranking,
Ooh,
I think I'd put Cheerios above Lucky Charms, right back in the middle. I don't think Cheerios are worse than Cocoa Puffs.
See, it's so weird because I used to really love Honey Nut Cheerios, and I would seek it out sometimes, but I don't know, for some reason whenever I put that in my mouth, I had a bad reaction to it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,